All week long, we've shared some of the behind-the-scenes stories of Miss Saigon. It's playing right now at the Aladdin. Kym Purling has shared those stories with us. He's the piano player in the musical's orchestra pit. While many of his fellow musicians took the job for simply a paycheck, Kym signed on because of a deep connection to the story of Miss Saigon. It's the soundtrack of Kym Purling's life. A song about the mother and father he never knew. The story of a Vietnam orphan who ended up in the orchestra pit of a musical mirroring his own past.
I was found abandoned as a baby during the Vietnam War when I was only about 2 or 3 days old. So I didn't know who my biological parents were.
It was the height of the Vietnam conflict. Thousands of American GIs met Vietnamese women and had children. They called these children bưu đôi, or dust of life. They were shunned by society and often orphaned.
Whether or not I'm a bưu đôi, I don't know, and that's one of the mysteries of my life, I guess.
On appearance alone, Kym believes he is. But for one family, that didn't matter.
I was adopted to Australia and was raised like any other kid, pretty much.
His adoptive parents loved him as one of their own.
I think that's the most important thing, you know, for any child.
It was at his new home that Kym fell in love with music. At just 5 years old, he began copying his adoptive sister who played piano.
So that's where that all started, and it never really stopped.
Through grade school and high school, Kym honed his skills.
And then I decided to do a Bachelor of Music and Jazz Studies at the University of Adelaide in South Australia.
After college, it was off to the world's entertainment capital. Kym moved to Las Vegas to get his master's degree.
I was overwhelmed, to tell the truth. You know, when you walk down that strip and see all those huge casinos and lights everywhere.
He played in many of those casinos while attending UNLV. It paid the bills and led to better paying gigs, one of which held deep meaning for Kym. A few months ago, Kym got a call to play piano in the orchestra for Miss Saigon. It's a musical about an American GI who falls in love with a Vietnamese woman and has a child, a bưu đôi. The script reads like a page from Kym's life story.
And I thought, well, this show is connected to me personally. It's something I really should do, you know.
So he did. The music spoke to the little boy inside him, abandoned 30 years ago.
The first time I played all these songs, it was very emotional because they talk all these aspects that occurred in Vietnam at the time I was there and it occurred to me. So it really hit home.
Now, with the first year of the tour winding down, Kym is working on his own musical.
It's talking about what my biological mother, actually, wondering if she was still alive.
Kym's life story put to his own score. Music that may one day move others the way Miss Saigon moved him. A side note to this story, Kym Purling, when he was adopted from Vietnam to Australia, he was the very first international adoption to take place in that country, making him one of a kind in more than one way. If you would like to see that production of Miss Saigon, all you have to do is call the Aladdin box office. Their number is 785-5000 or Ticketmaster. The show runs through this Sunday, May 18th. Ticket prices range from $41 to $81. Interestingly, too, Kym and I were talking during the interview about if he wonders about his biological parents. He had wonderful adoptive parents there in Australia that he loves dearly and love him dearly. But he said being a performer and being out on the stage and seeing masses of people sometimes, he's performed in Vietnam and performed across the United States, that sometimes he does look out there and wonder if perhaps there is a father out there or a mother out there that doesn't know that he's there on stage performing.
It's truly a touching story from Kym. I mean, imagine, though, when you're playing that music, first of all, the music is beautiful in itself, but just all the emotion that he does pour into it because his story resembles.
Means a lot to him. Really neat guy. I was really glad I had a chance to meet him.